Film Club.
Ghibli.
No, it's Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Apparently it's Ghibli.
Ghibli.
It's like GIF and GIF.
Ghibli.
Thank you very much for joining us episode of Film Club. I'm one your host, Andy Harrison. To my right, as always, it's the Ghibli, Andy Dalton.
That's the fucking shit name.
Every single week in Film Club, we invite you along to watch a film with us. We dive into some of cinema's best before coming back here to talk it out.
Do we dive into some of cinema's best?
I'm thinking of reworking it. Maybe we crawl into some of cinema's best.
All right, John Malkovich
We
style.
swim into some of
Being
cinema's
John Malkovich
best.
style.
This
Yes.
week, The Prestige.
By Christopher Nolan. The
Now,
Prestige.
we haven't done Christopher Nolan since...
Interstellar or...
Probably Interstellar. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
So give us a rundown. What is The Prestige all about?
The Prestige is two magicians that work on their kind of mentor magician set, and then there is a rivalry between them both. They both want to make a name for themselves. They work alongside, and through a couple of unfortunate events, they develop
A series of unfortunate events.
quite a bit of rivalry, and it becomes a film about obsession to their act, obsession to bettering their nemesis, and it becomes less of a film about them as individuals, less of a film about them as their tricks that they have done. It just rolls around their obsession, which is characterized by their family life, other life, and also obviously the magic tricks. So they become second to the actual obsession itself.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So,
What do you think?
The Prestige was one of those films that from Christopher Nolan, which I'd never gone back and watched. I've seen like...
I thought you hadn't seen it before.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh.
So I'd seen the majority of his work, but I'd never gone back and actually taken a look at the gap that was The Prestige. And I'm really glad I did, actually. Like, it's not a film that has blown me away in any respect, I don't think.
Yep.
But I really, really enjoyed it.
Good.
And I think it sits in Christopher Nolan's back catalogue as maybe one that should be talked about a little more than it is. But it's certainly not up there in his echelons of
That's
like,
exactly what I was going to say as well.
yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's not up there with the greatest of his work.
Prestigious minds.
What? And I think a lot of this comes from him developing as a filmmaker. I don't think I'd ever realized before how much across his catalog you can watch him develop. Like if you look at something like Memento, it's thoroughly ingrained in the Christopher Nolan style. It's clearly already at near the beginning of his career, he is obsessed with time. And that continues all the way through to even his last work, which is currently Dunkirk. Obsessed with time. Even here, he's obsessed with time. He's telling 3 different narratives across 3 different time periods. But his story work and even some of his character work gets a little better with each film. And I think this really feels like sort of the first formation of Christopher Nolan's ideas and stylistically what he was going to be about for the next couple of years. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, wasn't crazy thrilled by it, but it's really, really fun film.
If you have a look at some of his later films that he's done at the moment, like the visual effects in Inception, even Interstellar, the fact that it's Hoyt van Hoytemi brought in to... I always mispronounce it, don't I?
Yeah. Sorry, carry on. That can be his name now. Hoytemi.
Hoytemi. The cinematography brought in for Inception and also Dunkirk, which I think won an Academy Award for the cinematography.
Probably. I mean, that's a beautiful film.
Now, you look at those, and he hasn't brought that over to his older catalogue, like The Prestige. The sound, whilst amazing, whilst great, isn't amazing, like stuff like Interstellar, like stuff like, controversially, Dunkirk. Controversially.
Is that controversial?
For me, it is.
Do you not like it?
We swear, Dunkirk, there's an inconsistency when he's on the plane and when he's on the boat. Basically, when he's on the plane, it's really loud. When he's on the boat, it's crystal clear. It's just like, we'll have some consistency about your sound. And other facts about Dunkirk. Anyway, controversial. So with The Prestige, you're right. He does his ideas where he could come forward, and also like how the whole film is a magician's act in itself. He does The Prestige at the end, which is to the audience, which is like how it's been twins all along. Did you know that all the way through?
So I didn't know all the way through. But on the subject of the twist, I think that the twist becomes obvious far sooner than he meant to reveal it.
Yeah, so I didn't get it when I first watched it, but upon watching it, I've seen it about 3 or maybe 4 times now. You realise that he does quite spill out for you about there's a twist, and when it goes back and reveals itself, I'm thinking, oh, actually that's a bit easier than I thought to see. So maybe
it's almost like M. Night Shyamalan sort of level as well of ooh, twist.
Yes, there's that. There are other factors as well. I like how there's a twist in Hugh Jackman's. I need to get the names here. Anyway, but his characters as well, I think he really does well with his characters, like the way they have this rivalry, the way they talk to each other, the way that they react with one another. But not only that, but the sub characters such as the wife, I forget her name, Scarlett Johansson's character in it, and obviously Michael Caine, which delves between the two. To have this, this is before Batman, of course, which is a really good character film. To have this and to see that progression, as you said there, of their interactions with one another, I think it really works, and I think it's, as you said, it's paving the way. I do like the film as well. I am a fan of this film. I'm like you, so I know a couple of people, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but don't. I know a couple of people.
Or keep doing it to annoy you.
It'll knock on that.
Yeah, no.
Hear it. Oh, fuck's sake. A couple of people who really enjoy The Prestige, and it's like one of their favourites. And I'm like, look, I think it's really good. I wouldn't say it's one of my best, one of his best, everything like that. But I think it's when we said we'll watch it, we'll do it next week. I was thinking, you know what? I'll watch it on my train back home, and I was thinking, fucking get in. I sat down on the train, I was like, I'm looking forward to this. And it's been a while since, no disrespect to Film Club and the films we watched, but it's been a while where I've, like, knowing a film that I wanted to watch and be like, get in, like, because I've seen it before, do you know what I mean? Like, sit down and be like, okay, let's do this. Like The Fountain, for example.
And that became his whole thing, wasn't it? It was like Christopher Nolan was known for that film for a long time.
Was he?
The film that's like...
I've known him for Inception. Well, Batman, actually, to be fair.
So those Batman films are a perfect encapsulation of this as well. They are an enjoyable film.
Inception first.
Which Inception's in the middle of the Batman films.
There we go.
An enjoyable film which challenges an audience to a certain degree without ever pushing them too far. You know, like we've seen people like David Lynch. David Lynch challenges you on a very intellectual, artistic, creative level. Nolan never gets to that point, but he likes to pose what I call pseudo intellect. He likes to pose this idea that he's going to make you as an audience member feel really intelligent for like keeping up and like getting this stuff and making his films and his ideas click.
But he
feeds it to you a lot. But I have to say, the typical problem I always have with Nolan is his dialogue. I hate Nolan dialogue.
Well, this is written, just to stop you a second, this is written by both Nolan's brothers.
Which is a frequent collaboration they do. It's often like the two of them and maybe someone else comes in, like David Goyer worked in the Batman films as well. And here, I don't think he has the Nolan dialogue problem as much. Occasionally it pops up, but he never ever has the Lazarus moment. This film, thankfully, does not have a Lazarus moment. It never has that point. If you're not sure what a Lazarus moment is, it's what we use to refer to as a point where the film has become so overtly self-masturbatory towards its own themes and ideas that it's just folded in on itself. And
also
this never
ruins Interstellar for you.
It can ruin Interstellar for you as well.
But anyway.
This never has it. This remains a nice balance of plot and character and themes throughout. It's a lovely, I'm going to call it, it's a jaunt of a film.
Wow. So we did this because we touched upon Hugh Jackman last week and his abilities as an actor. We said about The Fountain, I said, we didn't feel like he was pushed to his level that he's normally at, like Les Mis, he said before, and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then he's seen something like this. I think he is that kind of Hugh Jackman that we'd see and we love, and we know that he's the best visibilities. You look through this film and just... Well, it could be easy to say, oh, it's Hugh Jackman's done all of this, but I think you need them both. I think you look at Christian Bale and his ability to be a weirdly okay, quite a decent British accent, like kind of that kind of London-y kind of East accent.
Well, he's half British.
Did not know that. Okay, fair play, my bad. Anyway, but I think you need those characters to truly bring it out of each other. Characters and actors, to bring it out of each other. Yes, you could have Hugh Jackman be great, but I'd struggle just watching him by himself. I mean, you could go... By the way, this double, by the way, do you reckon that was Hugh Jackman with prosthetics?
Yeah, I think so, wasn't it?
Oh, thank God. Because I was thinking that's weirdly good.
I mean, they're given a certain range. They're given a certain limitation.
But I think they need
the film never stretches them too far. But what they do with this limited range is really, really good. And bounce off each other really
exactly. And I think that shows the how good these are. So to say, like, oh, is this Hugh Jackman? Is this a really good character film, much like Moon with Sam Rockwell? No, but you can also see the depth of his acting ability via this film. And the same goes for Christian Bale. You look at something like The Machinist, or you look at something like, I want to say the Batman and stuff like that. Many other films that he's been in that just comedy off my head. Not American Hustle, because that's a multi-character film. But
have you seen Vice from this year?
Oh, God, I need to watch it. Apparently I heard it's really good. It's same directors did The Big Short. But he's great in stuff like The Machinist, where he's sole character acting. It's built around him and his performance. In this, he does bounce off Jackman. great to them all. Scarlett Johansson, Michael Caine. Michael Caine's a typical Alfred Butler kind of character.
It's so funny seeing
He's basically
Chris
copied
Nolan's
over.
just obsession with Michael Caine as the Alfred character. Of him just being the wise mentor.
Yeah, I mean, look at it in Inception as well, the wise mentor and stuff. Oh my god,
He's obsessed with it. It's like every film must have Michael Caine.
Four films. We love Michael Caine though. We love Michael Caine. And
the whole Batman trilogy as well.
I must admit, I did enjoy
Coming to You Soon.
Coming to Me Soon. What's her name? Sarah Borden. Rebecca Hall. Rebecca Hall. Shout out to her. I think she did really well. And I forgot that she hung herself, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Strangely handled, but yeah. So there is The Prestige. You can let us know in the comments below what you thought of The Prestige, or you can hit us up on Twitter, as always. We'll be back once again next week, though, where we'll be taking a looking at something which maybe is arguably slightly more considered a classic, with Castaway.
Fucking great shout. I love it.
We'll see you next week.
Right, this is a singular character film. Fucking watch it, man.